process that our people have when they hear this information, right? What happened is we've been so far removed from being able to appreciate the color of our skin that now, again, we get older and we start trying to appreciate it again. We start to attach ourselves to everything black. When you have to understand, the entire world at one point was melanated. The people that we were sold unto, right, in this place that we were brought to on ships, they are the minority of the world.
For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of their father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach gives that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of their father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach gives that order.
Elden, y'all have any questions? Sis, let me ask you a question. What's your nationality? Yeah, what's your nationality? Anybody can answer.
I'm not sure really.
You're not really
I know
sure?
I'm brown.
You know you're brown, right?
Yeah.
So why do we call ourselves black?
I don't know why you're brown. You're white man.
Give us a hand, right? Give her a hand.
I know that.
So the so-called white man called us something black. Do you believe them? Do you think that's the truth? Is accurate?
No.
So exactly, because you're not the color of a crayon. So where do we come from? What's our nationality? What's our identity?
I think we all come from different places, but we don't know.
We're not
I think
sure?
It's simple for us to be like, oh, I'm just African American.
What makes you feel like we all come from different places?
Because we do.
Do you feel like you're a product of the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade?
So I can't comment on things I don't know. So
Right.
I'm one of those people. If I don't know something, I don't know something. So I come over here.
Let me ask you this. How did black people get to America? From 2068.
Black people was already. Yeah, some
What?
of them was already here.
Says who? History. Like, what was these people? Because it's a thing. I'm gonna tell you this. That's really new information. Did you grow up knowing that black people was already? This is some new stuff that you just start hearing. They say, oh, you know what? Because people woke now. We gotta. They ain't never proved that to you. They just said it to you. You said, yeah, it makes sense because we've been lied to for so long. No, I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm just walk with me a little bit, right? So it's a situation where, as we start to get older and we start to have access to a little bit more information, right, and we become more inclined to receive that and go search for it, because we have a missing identity to ourselves and we want to be able to draw the connections and fill the holes. So we hear things like, well, we was already here, because we want to try to remove ourselves from the inception of our history of being slaves, right? But it's something that we had prior to that. Let me show you. Deuteronomy 28:68. You guys God-fearing? What about you? Kinda? Why not? What are you on the fence about?
Because I'm on my own.
I got you. But here's the thing. I'm gonna show you something about the power in the Word of God and how accurate it is. Not the information you got in the Christian church that you've been reading your whole life. I'm gonna show you a part of the Bible that the Christian church tells you directly to stay away from. Why? Because it's a white supremacist tactic for them to give us information to keep us away from who we are. Therefore, we can continue to degrade one another as well as ourselves. Show to that. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Are you familiar with what the Israelites were doing in Egypt before Moses was commanded to go in and deliver them out?
I don't know.
They were slaves in Egypt, right? So one of the things that God told the Israelites when Moses went and delivered them out, he commanded them, follow my laws, statutes, and commandments, and I'll bless you. But if you don't follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, I'm going to curse you. And one of the things he said was, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt, but this time with ships. Right? And if you understand, there's no water separating Israel and Egypt. As they walked out, they easily walked back in plenty of times. When Jesus Christ was fleeing persecution from the Romans, he walked back down into Egypt, fleeing from that. Right? Give me Revelation 11 and 8. And you jump up to verse 1. Show you guys something. Pretty much what we're going to get to and show you guys is that the same history that you read about the Israelites, God's chosen people, are having in the Bible directly connects to the history that you have and what is well known throughout the world. Right? Read. 28:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day,
Go ahead.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Do you feel like black people are above all nations on the planet Earth right now in status? No, right? Where are we at? If we at the bottom, right? Now jump to verse 15. When you read from 1 to 14, it's all of the blessings. He says, if you listen unto me, hearken unto my law, statutes, and commandments. Now, what are the law, statutes, and commandments of God, right? Loving yourself, so that you have the ability to love someone else? Do you feel like we have a problem with loving ourselves as well as one another? So it's just off bat, we know if we implemented the law, statutes, and commandments of God, we'll already be better as a people. But not only from that, we'll then have the backing, support, and the love of God. And then that'll take us even further, right? Go ahead. Verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy
Go
God,
ahead.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Do you feel like we're blessed in this place, or you feel like we're cursed in this place? Black people, you recognize how strong, powerful, talented, inspiring black people are. Yet we don't profit off of any of that. Somebody else is profiting off of our God-given natural abilities and skill. So now let's go back to verse 68. Read.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Let's see what type of Egypt this is, right? Because the Bible is going to give us context. It's not the literal Egypt that Moses had just delivered the Israelites from. It's a different type of Egypt. Let's see. Read.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So we recognize that there's a place that the Bible describes as a spiritual Sodom or a spiritual Egypt. We see how the Lord had an anger and an issue with Sodom because of all the type of wickedness that was being done there. And he also have a problem with this place called Egypt. Why? Because his chosen people were enslaved there. So it's a spiritual place, a place likened unto it, a place that has the same characteristics. And why do we say this is the Egypt that we were brought to on ships? Because this is the same place the Israelites in today's time have been enslaved and have not been delivered. Thus saith the Lord. Read. Go back to that, Deuteronomy 28:68.
And the Lord, Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
That's another reason why we don't know. We know that it's not the literal Egypt because he had already promised the Israelites they wouldn't go back into the land of Egypt. That was one of the promises that they got when they were delivered out. So what is this place that the Israelites were taken into that was like Egypt on ships? When we understand just basic world history, do you know any people outside of us that was taken into slavery on ships? Read.
It says, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Did that happen to us? Brought here on ships, sold into our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen? Who was the enemies that we were sold into?
I mean, black people saw black people before white people saw black people too, though.
Here's my thing, right?
But so this is my thing. I don't want to cut you off.
I got
I
you.
am very into learning more about who I am, and I haven't never had the paper. I'm happy that we walked past.
Watch this, watch this. 2 seconds. And hold on, only reason why I say 2 seconds, right? Because I understand people got things to do. I don't want to take up any more of your time than you're willing to give. But watch this.
Yes.
You just mentioned something that said black people sold other black people into slavery. Did you get that in the same manner that you got black people who are already over here? When you say black people sold other black people, what black people sold other black people?
Egypt.
Egyptians.
Yeah.
Now remember, give me Exodus 11:7, quick.
See, I'm giving you two.
No, I know, but here's the thing. I just want to give you the proper understanding. So when you go watch these videos, because I'm telling you, you go watch these videos, you're going to say, damn, I should have asked these brothers some more questions.
Okay.
So I kind of just have an understanding of the thought process that our people have when they hear this information, right? What happened is, we've been so far removed from being able to appreciate the color of our skin, that now, again, we get older and we start trying to appreciate it again. We start to attach ourselves to everything black. When you have to understand, the entire world at one point was melanated. The people that we were sold unto, right, in this place that we were brought to on ships, they are the minority of the world. When you go look at East Indians, are they dark skinned? East Indians, one that got the dot on their heads.
Yeah, they're dark.
They're dark. They darker than us. Are those your people too? Hell no. Hell no. When you go look at,
We were taught that we were different, though, even though they're all from us. So it's
but there's a difference. But there's a difference, right?
It is.
Now watch this. I'm glad you said it. Bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus.
Listen. Give me 2 scriptures, I'll leave you alone. Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel
Against any of the children of Israel, read.
shall not a dog move his tongue.
There's a level of respect that you give us. Right? Read.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference.
How the Lord put a difference, read.
between the Egyptians and Israel.
So when you look at us and you say, well, it was black people selling other black people. No, it was dark-skinned people selling other dark-skinned people, but it was two different nations, right?
That's true.
Exactly.
They weren't selling their own kind.
It was not selling their own kind. I was just showing brothers because, you know, in D.C. right now, they just spent like almost $40 million on this African-American museum. And they literally explain that the western shore of Africa that we were brought from had so many different type of nationalities and ethnicities, and they were very different from one another, yet in close proximity. See what I'm saying? So we understood that the people that sold us were not the same people as us. They were just dark-skinned. But the way that they feed us our history is they say, you can't be mad at us for what we did because your own people did it to you.
Yeah.
And that don't make it any better. See what I'm saying? So the Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So what we're showing you guys in Deuteronomy 28:68, as you said, you can't think of anybody else that was brought into slavery on ships, sold unto their enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And when you read the latter part of it, it says nobody shall buy you, or in the Hebrew it means to redeem. That's why we're still in this place, because they actually refused to let us go. See what I'm saying? It's some look. I'm from California. It's my first time in Detroit. That's Canada right there. That's wild, right? To me, that's wild. Canada right there. But some brothers right here can't even go over there. Man, this is supposed to be a free country, a free place for us to do as we want, allegedly. And it's right across the water, and some of our brothers cannot go there.
But we can't not go over there because of fear. We can't go over there because of fear. They have a low crime rate.
But you have to understand something. Watch this. You have to understand something.
Free over here, they free over there too. But they freedom ain't.
But what's the difference?
Freedom is a little more freedom.
But what's the difference between the people that run this place here and run that place over there?
It's a lot of difference.
No. The people. We're not talking about the ideology. What's the difference between the people?
It's a lot of
What are the difference between the people? I'm saying no. Me and you, we black people, but we have different mindsets. What I'm saying is the same people that brought us over here and sold us for bondmen and bondwomen and that run this place here is the same people that run that place there.
I'm with you. The thing is,
I understand. Recognize that
I know when I go deep, you gonna go deeper. Then I'm gonna go deeper. Then you gonna go deeper.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely go deeper.
We're gonna be here all day.
Oh, definitely. For sure. All day. But listen, I'm going to let you guys go. Recognize, according to the Bible and according to archaeology, history, and prophecy, you guys are Israelites. Simple. There is no other way to cut it. You are Israelites from one of the various 12 tribes, more than likely from the tribe of Judah, the same tribe that who the world calls Christ. Right? And I understand that you have objections to those things, and that's fine. But as you read more into your history, to the Bible, at least, to the Bible. The more you look into your history, the more you look into our identity and taking back what was stolen from us, it's only going to point you back to the text that they manipulated and forcibly fed us, cherry picking things so that we would never look to think that we are these people. We only call ourselves black. We only call ourselves Negro, African American, Afro-Asiatic American, all of these different names. Another prophecy that was told to the Israelites that would happen to them. So y'all recognize y'all Israelites from the various 12 tribes. Y'all have a good day. You will see us out here again. Come back with your
I
question.
have the information. I'm in context. So I don't read the Bible. I've tried it, but I can't read something that I don't understand, nor do I agree with necessarily because God didn't write the Bible. Humans wrote the Bible.
Absolutely.
So, but thank you for the enlightenment.
No problem. You have a good day. Give me Lamentations 3 and 40.